TV Patrol is the flagship national newscast of ABS-CBN, making it the longest-running newscast in the Philippines, with a history spanning 37 years. It is also one of the most influential news programs in the country. While several episodes of the newscast are available online, ABS-CBN's official archives of TV Patrol date back only to 1989. Unfortunately, footage from its first 2 years is not included in the archives and are lost. However, on July 23, 2024, a user named PASPHTV uploaded a clip of TV Patrol from 1987 during the August 1987 coup d'etat. This clip is currently the earliest available footage of the newscast. In the mid-1990s, RPN rebranded itself as the Friendly Network. As part of this rebranding, a new station notice was introduced. It featured a graphic of the Philippine map set against a purple background, accompanied by the instrumental track Brain Maiden. This station notice was used nationally until 2003, though regional stations such as RPN Davao and RPN Cebu continued using heavily modified versions even after the official phase-out. For years, the station notice was considered lost, with only an excerpt uploaded by historian Xiao Chua in 2020. On July 14, 2024, YouTuber Undesfixation uploaded a full station notice for the first time. However, this version featured a different national anthem. Subsequently, on October 13, 2024, the version featuring the more familiar national anthem was also recovered and uploaded. In 1988, ABS-CBN fully established its domestic satellite system as part of its nationwide broadcast initiative, a project initially planned in 1972 but delayed due to martial law. To commemorate this milestone, ABS-CBN created and aired 5 unique satellite station IDs. One of these, known as the fourth variant, featured the ABS-CBN logo forming against a backdrop of clouds. The ident also included a U image that transformed into the letter X while revolving, set within a Cascon Tilsaltown template. Although a low-quality version of this ident was uploaded earlier this year via a TVDX recording, a high-quality version was finally uploaded by Undesfixation on July 7, 2024. Morino Tontotachi, or Elves of the Forest, in English was a Japanese animated series that aired from 1984 to 1985. In the mid-1990s, the show was broadcast in the Philippines on ABS-CBN under the title Ang Pasko ni Santa, featuring a Tagalog dub. It became a nostalgic favorite among Filipino viewers, especially for its memorable opening theme song, performed by Jolina Magdangal, which gained popularity and became an integral part of childhood memories for many. While numerous recreations for the opening theme song have been made over the years, the original version remains lost. For decades, the Tagalog dub was considered lost. However, on December 7, 2024, Undesfixation uploaded an excerpt of the series which included the closing theme song. Despite this exciting discovery, the much-loved opening theme song sung by Jolina Magdangal has yet to be recovered. In 1987, GMA unveiled a new station ID that prominently featured several iconic Philippine landmarks, including Mayon Volcano, Rizal Park, Magellan's Cross, the Banawan Rice Terraces, Zamboanga, and the colorful Venta. The station ID also served as a teaser for the network's then unfinished 777-foot transmitter known as the Tower of Power, which was completed in November 1988. The station ID became one of GMA's most nostalgic and memorable creations, inspiring several recreations over the years. While a low-quality black and white version circulated online for some time, the original color version remained elusive, with only a few excerpts surviving. On September 5, 2024, YouTube channel Michael Reyes Videos uploaded a GMA aircheck that included a PSA and a programming schedule with the station ID playing in the background. Although the Texas version of the ID remains lost, This discovery is a significant step towards fully uncovering the original station ID, now considered partially recovered. The National Anti-Kidnapping Task Force was established in 2003 by then-President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo to combat the growing issue of kidnapping in the Philippines. The late General Angelo Reyes, who had recently stepped down as Defense Secretary, was appointed as the country's anti-kidnapping czar to spearhead the initiative. In the same year, the NAKTF produced a series of public service announcements to inform the public about the nation's most wanted kidnappers. These PSAs aired from 2003 to 2005, primarily on networks such as NBN and IBC, and were updated regularly as kidnappers were captured, killed, or apprehended. On September 16, 2024, Undust Fixation uncovered and uploaded the 2004 revised version of the PSA. However, other versions, including the original 2003 PSA and the more detailed 2005 revision, remain lost. In the 1990s, the nonprofit Catholic charity organization Caritas Manila produced several PSAs to promote its mission and encourage donations to Catholic charities to help the poor. However, many viewers found these PSAs to be unsettling and eerie. There were 4 known PSAs in total: Dead Beggar, Strayed Children, Stained Glass, and Gutom. The found 2, Dead Beggar and Strayed Children, have been found and are available online, while the latter 2, Stained Glass and Gutom, were considered lost. Stained Glass reportedly featured shots of stained glass artwork, allegedly from the Manila Cathedral, creating a haunting and somber tone. Meanwhile, Gutom was infamous for being the most disturbing of the series. It depicted a young boy clutching his stomach as he slowly forated, emphasizing the dire consequences of hunger. Over the years, several recreations of the lost PSAs were made, but the originals remained elusive. On July 23, 2024, Gutom was finally rediscovered and uploaded online by Undust Fixation. However, Stained Glass remains lost. In 2016, Reddit user Rebel described a disturbing PSA he remembered seeing it in the mid-1990s. An anti-hazing PSA featured a dimly lit room where a slab of meat was thrown onto a table, followed by the sound of a 2x4 striking it repeatedly. The unsettling scene was accompanied by sound effects of someone screaming as blood splattered onto the walls. The PSA ended with a text, "Karte ka lang sa hazing." As more eyewitness accounts emerged, it was claimed that the PSA aired on networks such as GMA and ABS-CBN. However, its origins were shrouded in mystery. No one knew who had created it, leading it to the speculation that it was commissioned either by the Philippine government or the OPS-PIA-KBP, the group behind the other eerie PSAs like the infamous Doll PSA. On July 31, 2021, Automation, the founder of the Lost Commercials Foundation, posted about the PSA on the Lost Media Wiki forums. This post quietly reignited interest in the PSA, and throughout the following years, it cemented its status as one of the holy grails of the Filipino lost media community. Finally, on July 8, 2024, the original Reddit poster, Rebel, now known as Undust Fixation, located the PSA. It was found in the 1995 VHS recording of the TV series Sequest DSV on RPN 9. The PSA was revealed to have been created by Basic Advertising and Production Village Corporation. Mawawala Ka is a 2002 TV drama that aired on GMA Network starring Eddie Garcia, Sunshine Dizon, and Koji Domingo. Dubbed as the most ambitious teledrama by GMA at that time, the series and its cast won multiple awards at the 16 p.m. PC Star Awards for television. A modern take on the Romeo and Juliet story, the drama focuses on Governor Leandro Montemayor and his daughter, Rosa Cabilo Montemayor, who falls in love with Carlito Valiente, the son of the governor's political rival. The story begins with a failed assassination attempt on Governor Montemayor, which sets up a series of events involving his children and the women in his life. As tension rises, a struggle ensues to uncover who truly holds a place in Montemayor's heart and who may be behind the attack. Despite its success, the series was never released on home video. Allegedly, it aired on GMA's international channels, GMA Pinoy TV and GMA Live TV, though no recordings from those broadcasts have resurfaced. In 2020, fans requested a rerun of the series, with Sunshine Dizon herself leading the appeal. Clips and excerpts were available online, but it wasn't until November 8, 2024 that GMA Network finally uploaded the first episode of the series on their official platforms. The episodes feature some rescored background music. As of today, 80 episodes have been uploaded. On March 10, 1978, while in prison at Fort Bonifacio, Senator Ninoy Aquino Jr. appeared on GTV4's Face the Nation just a month before the 1978 parliamentary elections. Aquino had been arrested in 1972 by then-President Ferdinand Marcos after the declaration of martial law and charged with murder, illegal possession of firearms, and subversion. Despite engaging in a hunger strike to protest the injustices of his trial, he remained in prison. A military tribunal found Aquino, along with Bernabe Buscaino and Victor Corpus, guilty and sentenced them to death by firing squad. However, international pressure compelled Marcos to commute their sentences. In 1978, Aquino was allowed to run for parliament and form Lakas ng Bayan, a coalition of opposition parties and individuals against the Marcos regime. The Face the Nation interview was arranged to counter allegations made by Secretary of National Defense Juan Ponce Enrile, who had appeared on the program a week earlier to discuss Aquino's alleged links to the NPA and the CIA. Marcos permitted Aquino to respond to these claims on the same program, with the same panel interviewers, Ronnie Nathaniels as host, alongside Enrico Romualdez of the Daily Express, Reynaldo Naval of the Times Journal, and Teddy Owen of Bulletin Today. During the interview, Aquino addressed various allegations, including claims of being a CIA agent and his alleged connections to the Communist Party of the Philippines. He denied the accusation and discussed broader issues, such as the state of the opposition, the proposed legalization of the Communist Party, and controversies surrounding Hacienda Lucita. Aquino also refuted the murder charges against him and demanded a fair trial. This episode of Face the Nation became the show's highest-rated episode, impressing Filipinos with Aquino's defiance and eloquence, even while in prison. Despite his efforts, Aquino lost the elections. After the elections, Aquino was permitted to leave the Philippines for coronary bypass surgery in the United States. He returned in 1983 but was assassinated upon disembarking from the plane. For years, only excerpts of the historic Face the Nation interview were available, often seen in documentaries, and on PTV4's Showtime, hosted by Xiao Chua. The full interview, however, was considered lost until June 22, 2024, when a post appeared in the Facebook group Obscure and Lost Media Philippines. The poster claimed to have a VHS copy of the full interview, acquired from the Ninoy and Cory Aquino Foundation in 1996, and offered it for sale. YouTuber Ninoy Aquino TV acquired the tape and announced on September 11, 2024 that the search for the interview was over. On September 15, 2024, the full interview was officially uploaded online. According to the original poster, the VHS tape was in poor condition due to years of neglect and damage from Typhoon Ondoy in 2009. Surprisingly, PTV4 did not have a copy of the interview despite airing excerpts, and the Ninoy and Cory Aquino Foundation had also lost their copy. Nevertheless, after decades of being lost, this historic interview has been fully recovered and preserved.